Are you ready to have your mind blown? So you want to go boondocking and you want to run your AC off your generator. Just don't know if you have enough power. There's a company out there called Microair, and they create a device called an Easy Start. Their claim is that even with the smallest of generators, you can run at least one AC. Well, I'm gonna put it to the test right after this. Now, how do I get down from here? Now the great thing about the RV lifestyle is you can do it, well, almost anywhere, whether in the mountains or in a crowded RV park. But regardless of the place that you stop, eventually you're gonna have to bring your own power. The question is, how much do you bring? And there's the question, how much power is enough? Well, I will say in the onset that Microair has not paid for this. They didn't even send us the product for free. It was actually some friends of ours over at Changing Lanes to ask me my thoughts on this. Now, I don't just provide thoughts, I put things to the test. So we actually purchased one and brought it in, and we're gonna put it to the test. What you may already know is that an air conditioner is the hog in the room. It uses more electricity than anything else. What you may not know is the fact that it requires 2 to 3 times the amount of electricity to get it started. It has a capacitor. So a capacitor helps get the motor started. An object at rest tends to stay at rest. We need to send that extra jolt of electricity in order to get that motor turning. Just like this car here.
Maximum effort.
Doesn't want to move, so we have to overcome inertia.
There we go.
And once we overcome inertia,
Yeah, I'm still strong.
easier to move.
Hey baby, how you doing?
Hey baby. Going for the second beard. Second beard? All right, we're gonna take one of our 15,000 BTU air conditioners. We're gonna see what the inrush current is going in with the standard capacitor. Then we're gonna take that capacitor off and we're gonna put the Easy Start on. And we're gonna see what the inrush current is there. So that's the first test that we need to do. And then secondly, we need to do the calculations, find out, can one of the smallest generators out there, 2200 watt generators, can it actually start it? But here's the thing. Need to talk to you a little bit about generators as well. So first, let's test the air conditioner. So what we're doing is we're testing the inrush. In the very beginning, when we're turning on the compressor, we have what's called a capacitor. What it does is it stores energy for a millionth of a second, then sends it over. And it's a huge spike. We're upwards of 40, maybe 50 amps. And that's where the problem is when we turn our air conditioners. Our generators can't handle it. And that's why it's so important for us to really monitor, our electricity. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put on this Easy Start, and its claim is that we're not gonna see that 50 amp or that 40 amp or even that 30 amp spike, that it's gonna be somewhere in the low 20s, maybe high teens. And so keep it under 20 amps. Okay, so I talked to the engineers over at Microair, and what they tell me about the Easy Start is there's 5 presets. So when we hook this up, we actually have to run it 5 times. And each time it runs through that preset until it determines which preset is the one that works best for that air conditioner. So we'll test it for 5 times. So after we run through the 5 presets on the 6th attempt, it'll actually choose which preset works best, and then that'll be set. Great thing about the Microair Easy Start is that it is reprogrammable. So although we have it set for one compressor, if we upgrade the compressor or change air conditioners, with the flip of a switch, rerun the tests again, it'll actually restart to the new compressor or new AC. Hey, the other beard here, and I'm gonna go over some information for you. What in the world are you doing? What's up with the coat, dude? It's my lab coat. Makes me look official. Official? You look like Fat Santa on the summer. Say that about Santa. What's up with all these numbers? Well, I got stuff on the board that I'm gonna go over. I know it's boring, that's why I got the lab coat on. Go sit down, and when it's your turn, I'll call you back up. Thank you. All right, so let's quickly go over this, guys. On a 95-degree day, we had a 15,000 BTU compressor. We were kicking out. What we saw the inrush was at about 48.5 amps. Well, that comes out to about 5,820 watts. The thing we didn't talk about was the fan. The fan still draws its own power. 3.3 amps comes up to 380 watts. Those two together was 6,200 watts. And you wonder, will that 2,200 watt generator turn this on? You might get lucky because it's only a fraction of a second. Sometimes it may work, but a lot of times it won't. That's why you have the need for the easy start. All right, you can go. Okay, so let's talk about what we really want to see here, and that's the inrush on this easy start was at 16.8 amps. Drops it down, the watts on that drops it down to 2,600, but guys, we have to add that fan in. That fan is 380 watts. So that comes out to what, 2,396 watts total. And the question is, will a 2,200 watt generator turn this on? So, I don't know, let's talk generators. Are you ready to have your mind blown? You're still here? Good. That means one of two things. Either you like what you see, or you're a keyboard warrior and you're waiting for me to mess up. So anyway, for both of you, let's go ahead and go over generators. Now, isn't it funny that generators, we always see, every time that you purchase one of these portable generators, they always give us two different watts. They give us either a starting watt or a running watt, or they give us a peak watt and a running watt. What does that mean? And the funny thing is, and what gets me, they always sell it with the highest rated watts, and they'll name it that. Honda EU 2200, starting watts, 2200. Same thing with the Briggs & Stratton. It's got a P 2200, peak watts, 2200. But it doesn't run at 2200 at all. So why do they call it 2200 when it doesn't run at 2200 watts? Is it deceptive marketing? Not at all. The 2200 actually means the peak watts, the starting watts. Are we talking about the generator starting? No, we're actually talking about the motor. So again, let's use the AC. That inrush that we have, that huge jolt, that's the starting watts that we're talking about on these generators. So a 2200 watt generator will give a boost of 2200 watts, but it doesn't stay there. Now we gotta look at the running watts. So a Honda EU 2200i runs at 1800 watts. This Briggs & Stratton P2200 runs at 1700 watts. I also have a Champion here. It's a 4000 watt inrush or 4000 watt starter, but it runs at 3500 watts. So now let's kind of put everything together. When we're talking about air conditioners, they have an inrush current to get things going, that spike. Well, the generator needs to keep up with that. Now you understand the need for some type of product out there that can bring that inrush power down. Are you guys bored yet? Because, you know, this is hard to make it fun. So now that we know a little bit about generators, the question is, if you actually put this on your AC, can a 2200 watt AC actually turn this on? Well, the answer is yes and no. Well, what do you mean no? Well, just like we have different size generators, we have different size air conditioners on our RVs. Now here's the problem. It doesn't tell us what size they are. Well, there may not be an easy way for you to know. First, you can go to your bag here and see what you got. Now, I've already been through this, but we'll make it faster. I have everything. Anything that we have purchased, we put in here. You know what we don't have? We don't have any operating manuals, any user manuals, any manuals whatsoever of what size air conditioner we have on our rig. And you're not going to find it in the owner's manual either, because of course, the way it works is they may have a 13.5 on there, they may put a 11,000 BTU on there, they may put a 15,000. You never know. So you get up on your roof and you look all the way around your AC, and guess what? It doesn't tell you what size. You actually have to take the shroud off in order to find that. Now, how many of you are going to do that? And that's why I chose to test with the biggest air conditioner out there, because guys, we may have that on our rigs. So the question isn't can the Easy Start actually handle the larger air conditioners, it's can the smaller generators actually turn them on. There's just too many other things that can come on. You have your converter. Are you going to run any appliances? Are you going to run your refrigerator? So no, I would not suggest using a 2200 watt generator. Go ahead and opt and go for the bigger one. All right, value and cost. Cost on this thing is about $299, plus you have to have it installed. And if you're not a certified tech or an electrician, don't mess with that capacitor because it can pop you pretty good, knock you right off your rig. So you're looking at about $450 all told to have it put on. So is it worth it? I think absolutely. So if you're a numbers person, just simply take the number of times you're actually going to use the AC and how many times you're not going to be in the park. Average park cost is about $45 a night, so probably within one season, you know, full boondocking, you can have that paid for. Value, you know, to me it's, do you want to be in a park or do you want to be on the side of the, you know, side of a mountain? Do you want to be in a park or do you want to be on the side of a beach? To me, that's the value. Am I going to be putting it on my rig? Well, I have two different rigs. My Grand Design, yes, because I also have a 5,000 watt Onan generator, and I want to run two ACs. And certain times, depending on how hot it is outside, I can't run two ACs. My EMS actually kicks off one of my ACs, so I'm definitely going to put it on here. On the Airstream, I don't know that I'm going to do it. I don't know that I'm going to do it because they're coming out with an inverter AC, or what we call a mini split. I was thinking about putting a mini split on the back of my rig here, but now they are coming out, Dometic has come out with a inverter AC. So it runs the same way as a mini split, which means there's absolutely no need for a capacitor because the compressor actually varies in speed. So just a lot better. And I'm telling you guys, between this Easy Start and the new inverters that are coming out, it's gonna be a game changer with how much we can actually, you know, be on the road boondocking in the comfort of AC. If you want to go ahead and, you know, put that on, you can be glant docking. So that's what we have. Guys, that's it, and we will see you next week or next month or whenever I put out the next one, but we are definitely wanting to put out more videos, maybe looking at how we're going to change the style of how we're doing things now. That's what we got. Well, it seems to be the debate online, right? Online debates. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to take the biggest. And that's why I chose to actually test with the larger air conditioner. Wow, the sun is coming out. And so that's why I chose to actually, there's just, I'm on.